It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Welcome, everybody. This is 2K Sports with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena. Checking out Cleveland. With a win here today, they'll stake a claim to the second-best record in the NBA. That tells you all you need to know about the year they're having. And this ought to be a good one. The cream of the NBA crop, two teams with a proven track record of success matched up here tonight. Kenny, your thoughts on how this one might play out?
If you're a fan or even a player, this is the game you circle. You just got a big circle right there, and you're going, this is the game I have to do it. And then you take that circle and you put a pin in it to make sure that people are there.
Do people still circle their calendars, or do you just like put it in your phone?
No, actually, I'm old school. I still have the big calendar in my office, and I have to see it before I believe it.
Is it one of those that lays flat on your desk, or do you hang it on the wall?
I hang it on the wall.
And it maybe has a picture of kittens or something on it.
No kittens. Yeah, I'm more of a dog fan. So, we have the dogs on each calendar. So, yeah, that's what I'm more of a fan of.
Are you a calendar guy, or do you put it in your phone, Chef?
No, I have three people working for me. A girl named Sek, a sister named Ra, and an older sister named Terry.
Oh.
So put them together, they're what?
Secretary.
Get it. Oh.
I was going to ask you a question, but why should I? Here's Kevin Harlan.
Prez, you ready for tonight?
Whew. Always, man. My game's never been better.
Maybe. I'll believe it when I see it.
All right. We'll prepare for an awakening then. You're going to be a believer by the end of the first quarter.
Love the confidence, Prez. I'll see you out there, man.
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. With that road trip behind him, the Cavaliers ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Cleveland. And with the top record in the East, well, there's no doubt that this is a top-caliber team.
And they come into this game trailing 2-1 on the season series. A little added motivation tonight, no doubt about it, as they look to even things up and settle the score.
Well, yeah, my guess is they pulled out the tape on the one game they did win. They studied it to death and may try to implement that same scheme here tonight.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, LeBron James, of course, is one of the greatest players to ever play the game, but he remains one of the most team-first superstars you'll find. He said a lot of people misconstrue what it takes to win, just scoring or going out and trying to will it yourself. It's a team game, and you have to rely on your teammates as well. And he remains, with his vision and passing, among the best at spreading the wealth. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. We're late in the season, Chris. How big is momentum right now?
Oh, you can put a lot of pressure on other teams in the playoff race by stringing together a few wins.
And it's the Pistons to start out. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the wings, Caldwell, Pope, and Harris. Prez out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Jackson in at the point.
Even when the D is draped around him, Jackson knows how to finish close to the rim. Just such a skilled player.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Irving kicks to James. There's the triple. Cleveland gets it back. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And he's in attack mode, crashing the glass, then goes right back up with it.
Harris outside. And stolen by Love. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Love's running. Smith the pass to Love. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Harris outside. It's Drummond, high post. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Connects from three-point range. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
The catch and shoot Jay is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
James, a screen on Jackson. Irving dishes to James. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
I mean, look, he's just an instinctive guy. Helping his teammates generate some offense comes naturally to him.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And stolen by LeBron. Smith with it. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Houston. Love, no luck. Prez kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pistons passing it around. Inside, Drummond, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Irving against Jackson from outside the arc. Offensive rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And finished off by Prez.
That's just super athleticism. Prez really throwing it down with his unreal vertical.
And so it's Cleveland with it after the basket by Detroit. Love goes in. Love with another miss. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now here's Prez. Defense is right there. Harris passes to Prez. And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And Love has it in the corner. And another miss by Cleveland.
He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
You know, Chris, for a lot of players, being called a tweener is a bit of a backhanded remark. It means they have no true position. But that might be a compliment for Tobias Harris.
You're right, Kev. That is exactly the case with Harris. He's considered a tweener just because he can have a large impact at both forward spots. He has the strength and ability to finish inside of the floor. He's a good enough shooter from range to play the three and has no problem defending from either spot.
And here is Prez. After J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go, they grab their own miss. Prez. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
I love it. Prez really giving up his body on these rebounds. He's just a fearless competitor.
And you look at the star trio in Cleveland of LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. Greg, how do you like the way those three fit together?
I think their skills complement one another. I mean, Irving can take ball handling responsibility off of LeBron's shoulders. Love rebounds, hits threes, and has good complementary skills. Chemistry, though, is more complicated. Sometimes LeBron has seemed critical of Love's play.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not.
Our defense on Kyrie has got to be better, guys. Everything is going right for him on the perimeter. Let's smother him and take away those easy looks, all right? No easy buckets now, all right? We got this.
To shoot the basketball, he just puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense.
Now here's Prez. 14 points from him the last game against New York.
And he also was a table setter in that game, Kevin. Just an amazing job with his passing. Just a joy to watch that.
Here's Prez. That 3 off the mark. And an interesting tidbit about Kyrie Irving. He said he used to dribble his basketball with a plastic bag around it to make his feel for the ball even better. I like that.
Left no stone unturned.
Exactly.
I mean, he used to play every day after school from 4 to 10 p.m. When did he study? I mean, that's the kind of
Duke.
Yeah, that's the kind of obsessive dedication that gives you a chance to play at the highest level.
Here's Caldwell Pope following the basket by Kevin Love. The baseline J. And the call will be against Prez. That's his first foul.
Boy, boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
A different look now for Cleveland. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith. And a switch here also for Detroit is Smith. He's checked in for Jackson. And Shumpert kicks to LeBron. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lets it go from deep. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Shumpert's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Smith kicks to Prez. Back to Smith. Banked in off the glass.
What a passer. You have to commend Prez on how he whips the ball around the floor.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. They set the pick. Over to the wing for 3. Fry. Yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The shot hits from the corner. 2 points there from Prez. Prez has got 9. Cleveland's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, Fry lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
No one can miss so far. Both teams are really clicking on offense.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Prez. To the paint. Harris passes to Caldwell Pope. Kept alive. Here's Drummond. And stolen by James. Now the feed to Irving. And the shot counts. He's fouled. It's a chance for a 3-point play.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shoot.
And we're starting the second quarter. About a minute gone. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. Mo Williams out there with Smith. And it's Jefferson in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here's Prez. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. He's got 11.
And Prez scores from anywhere, inside, outside. This guy does it all.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Knicks had a nice performance. He scored 14 points and was a mainstay at the free throw line, and more than his fair share of points off the free throws. There weren't too many things he did wrong throughout the evening. Solid effort across the board. Kevin will see if he can have another complete game tonight.
David, thank you. Well, guys, he made play after play in that game.
Let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
Well, I agree. He's got to such a level of confidence the last time out. A guy who pays attention to his craft. This will be interesting to watch.
And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Cavaliers.
And this is a high-powered offense today. Clicking on all cylinders, making things happen, and also good use of the 3-ball. Just enough to keep the defense off balance.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Here's Drummond, and the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Cavaliers leading by 8. Now Smith. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Thompson sets the pick for Williams. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Horrendous defense right there. Does the defense know who they're leaving wide open? You can't do that with him.
It's deflected. Drummond. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's Smith missing. Pistons trail by 10. Prez kicks to Drummond. Now Cleveland moving it up. Back to Williams. Smith outside. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Love kicks to Williams and stolen by Drummond. Fast break Detroit. Here's Caldwell Pope. Pistons keep it alive and finish off by Prez.
Defense is what Drummond prides himself in, especially when it comes to letting his quick hands generate offense for this team.
Smith kicks to Thompson. It's a pick by Love. Williams with a clean look sinks the triple. Williams has got 8 points.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Now, this team at times on the floor can remind you of the 2004 Pistons and how they play. Very unselfish, defensive-minded, and playing for one another.
Come on, let's go. We're letting one guy look like a world beater out there.
It's the last title the franchise took back to Detroit. What a team, too, led by Ben Wallace.
Well, you talk about team basketball, and they pulled off one of the bigger upsets in the NBA Finals history when they dismantled the Lakers team, stuffed future Hall of Famers. They played the better team ball and were able to overcome Kobe and Shaq with GP and the mailman.
Here's Williams after the basket by Detroit. Here's the three. Cleveland the rebound. Near the three-point line, it's Love. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Pistons trailed by 9. Jackson kicks to Prez. And Detroit again with the bucket.
He hasn't missed so far this quarter, and you can see why. His form is perfect, and he's taking high percentage shots.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. We've got a moment now to go to a rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. Prez, number 1.
And his confidence is going to keep growing if he continues shooting like he has over the past month.
Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Prez with the ball. Jefferson picks him up. Basket good. And now it's only a 5-point Cavalier lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here is Smith. Love kicks to Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Bielitsa. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Prez passes to Bielitsa. To the paint. Here's Prez. And finish off by Prez.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Here is Williams. Leading by 5.
Let's go, hustle up. These guys are relying on one man to beat us. He's getting into our paint at will.
Zebo, when I look at all of them, I'd probably have to go with Draymond Green because he played.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Cavaliers ahead, up by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo, so just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Let's go, gentlemen. We still have one more half. Our defense on Kyrie has got to be better, guys. He is really causing problems for us from the outside. Let's smother him and take away those easy looks, all right? We can still win this game. Defense, fellas. Let's go.
Glad to have you back with us in Cleveland as we take a look down at the outside portion of Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
Yeah, how about that first half? He's already scored more points than he averages on the season.
Yeah, somewhat surprisingly. He's been looking for his own shot, but the defense has been daring him to do it, so we might as well let it fly.
And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Andre Drummond is out there with Prez, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. Pistons trailed by 6. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyrie Irving was a virtuoso ball handler when he came into the league. He could penetrate at will and get to the rim. With all the injuries over the years, he's made an adjustment to that. He said, I enjoy finishing around the big men, but honestly, I'm trying to stay off the floor. I'm not going to stop trying to get to the basket, but the big men we have, they don't have to do it every single time. They all learned that lesson over the years, Kevin.
Pay the price going in there, don't you, D.A.? Thank you. Drummond. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight, and the call will be against Prez. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Cleveland leading by 4. Irving kicks to LeBron. The 19-foot shot. Rebound by the Pistons. Prez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Thompson. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And another miss by Cleveland.
Very slow start so far this half. They're only 1 for 4 so far. One thing that Drummond might not get enough credit for is his play on the defensive end. He's very strong, not only at blocking shots, but keeping players from getting comfortable, keeping them out of their comfort zone. It's hard to set up in the post when you got a big man like that leaning on you.
And Chris, with Drummond, the defense also comes in the form of quick hands. He gets a lot of steals for a center.
Okay, fast hands and good anticipation are part of that. The fact that he is such an immovable object on the block is just frustrating for his assignment. What is scary, though, he's only going to get better.
He's off on the second.
If you go back 3 seasons, the Cavs, they had the 2nd youngest roster in the league. 2 consecutive #1 overall picks. And then fast forward to the present, this is a veteran-laden team with its sights squarely set on championship.
And think about that 2014 draft. The Cavs had less than a 2% chance at the #1 pick, and somehow they land Wiggins.
Yeah, and who can know if LeBron comes back to Cleveland without that asset?
Sometimes Lady Luck smiles on you. The Ohio faithful grateful for some good fortune after over 50 years of waiting for a title.
Harris outside. Off the pick. Here's Prez. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Harris.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
First free throw is good. And the pace of play around the NBA steadily increasing. What do you think of that?
Well, I just think it's the trend. I think that, that's the style of play. This league is a copycat league. And if you look at San Antonio, who's totally reinvented themselves and won a couple years ago, all the way to the Splash Brothers, who won a couple of years ago, they play with a faster pace. And I think that you're starting to see guys do that. I also think that the fact that the lineups are different. Now that you may see more small ball, that would automatically increase the pace if you have faster players in there at all times. So I think the fact that guys' skill set are becoming more rounded, which allows for teams to have all skilled players on there, and it doesn't matter about certain heights and stats as far as body type goes. I think it's going to be something that lasts for a long time. I mean, hey, it's good as long as the defense can still play defense with integrity. As long as you don't take that away, yeah, let the game go as fast as it can, because it just turns into some exciting plays for all of us fans.
Yes. Cavaliers making a switch here. Jefferson's checked in. Knocked away.
You have to love how fast Prez is out there. Every decision, every action, he makes them quickly and decisive.
Jackson kicks to Prez. Down low. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Williams is checked in. For Detroit, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night. And a lot of legends say nowadays, Chris, players don't have that same animosity they once had toward other teams, other players. Why is that? And which camp did you fall in?
Well, I think the world is smaller now. I think when you look at the fact of the internet and the fact that you can now watch your friends that maybe you met at camp in 14 and 15, you can watch them now through the various apps. I think it allows you to stay closer, you know, and allows you to build those relationships. The fact that everybody has a cellular phone now. So I think the world is smaller than it was when I played.
Yeah.
But there are some guys that I really respect and I haven't spoken to until after they retired, or until after I retired. And so I wasn't in the camp of kissy, huggy, Philly, all that good stuff. If I knew you and I played with you on another team, then I'd always show you love. But you could be my brother. And once the jump ball goes up, if you're on the other team, you know, for these 48 minutes, I don't know you, you know. So the only family I have during those 48 minutes is my mom in the stands cheering for me, my pops, and my 12 teammates and my coaches. I want to see guys fight and claw for it and compete, and not that you can't. It just kind of doesn't throw the impression that you are when you're singing Kumbaya together at halftime during the game, smiling and taking pictures.
That's an excellent point.
You can't let him get in the rhythm from out there. He's too good of a shooter.
Stolen by Jackson. And now the Pistons, fast break. Jackson's got the ball. And the call will be against Prez. That will get him his 4th foul.
You're killing me, Ref. It hurts.
So it's the Cavaliers now. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the court for Cleveland, sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. LeBron and Thompson are up front, and it's Shumpert in at the 3.
Just good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Terrific work in transition there. Nice finish to cap off that play.
Here's Drummond, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
You have to do better than that if you want to keep Drummond from getting to the bucket. He's just relentless whenever he gets the ball in the favorable spot.
And you'll ask defenders or would-be defenders of Drummond, he can just punish you physically.
If he drops a shoulder into you, it's like getting hit by a runaway freight train. Because of how strong he is under the rim, he can just shrug off defenders who don't have a strong base. If he gets it on the low block, it's a dunk pretty much every time.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Here's Prez. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on LeBron James.
Prez is totally committed inside, a wrecking ball who wreaks havoc in the post.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Now, you knew when you heard that Stan Van Gundy was coming to Detroit that they would be built around protecting their basket. This team has continued to focus on tough defense to win games. They have the talent and the effort to continue to improve.
And if you aren't playing defense on this Piston team, then you will not see the court. It's just that plain and that simple.
Well, you're exactly right. It's a saying that says the bench is a coach's best friend. What better incentive than to sit that guy on the bench for being lazy on defense? And good team defense starts at the top down. Coach Van Gundy has been preaching it, and the leaders on the team have brought it in. They do a great job of rebounding to close out possessions. Pistons also contest every shot they can get to, even on the perimeter.
It's deflected.
You gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
Jackson kicks to Perez. On the wing, Harris. They set the screen. Passes it to Drummond. He feeds it to Perez. And finish off by Perez.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that way. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Perez kicks to Drummond. Inside, Perez. And finish off by Perez.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
I mean, they seem to gain more energy after each made bucket. Let's see if they try to really bust it open here.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Pass to Drummond. The Pistons working the ball around now. And Jackson gets it to go.
Kevin, Drummond is making great strides in his all-around game, spotting his teammates for a clean look at the rim.
Here's James. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Sometimes you get into a zone for a few games, and the basket seems as if it's wide as the ocean.
There's the dish to Drummond. He kicks it to Perez. In the corner, it's Harris. And stolen by LeBron. On its way from Irving for two. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And now just a 1-point Piston lead. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Perez, no good. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Another 3 for Cleveland.
They came out smoking here from beyond.
Well, no one is stepping up and making them beat them off the dribble. Until that happens, they'll continue to burn you from there.
Kicks to Jackson. Dishes it to Perez. Pass to Drummond. To the inside. Perez. And finish off by Perez.
And that's what Perez does so well. A tremendous scorer who tries his best to only take quality shots.
James against Harris. The screen from Thompson. The drive by LeBron. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And LeBron James achieving the highlight of his career, helping lead the Cavs to their first title in franchise history, and Cleveland's first title in over 50 years. Really hard to overstate what it meant to the city and his legacy.
Drummond dishes to Perez. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They've led by as many as 11 points. Irving with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Jackson against Irving. For 3, Fry. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 6 assists here tonight.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Out to Harris. Releases. It goes straight through with the swish.
Wow, and slowly but surely, Harris is learning what it takes to become a leader. When this team needs him to step up, he has no issue dominating crucial possessions.
Here's LeBron, and Cleveland again with the bucket. So it's Detroit now, trailing by 5. Perez with the screen for Jackson. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Now here's Prez. No good with the triple. Smith against Caldwell Pope. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Oh, and the defensive chops of Drummond really helping this team. He really cleans house with his shot block.
And that is a big loss for this team. This game's still in the balance, and he's someone they always want in there at crunch time.
Kevin Love's checked in for Thompson. Harris outside. The pass to Prez. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's called on Channing Front.
Love the energy. Amazing work by Prez to come up with these big baskets time and time again.
Prez, no good on the free throw. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Smith with a wide open look. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got his 6th assist on the night. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. They double hit with James. Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, don't you love the shot by Jackson? He just takes smart shots in these points of the game.
Lebron outside. Fires the 3. He's off on that one. And the Pistons now going the other way. Down low and stolen by Love. And here is LeBron. It's a pick by Love. James kicks to Irving. Lots of room. It's rebounded by Prez.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Harris passes to Jackson. Caldwell Pope outside. From beyond the arc. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That was massive.
Huge play there. You gotta love this game.
From 12 feet out. And the shot falls short this time. There's 42 seconds left in the game to take the lead, and he's able to get it back. Here's Harris. Good!
Just incredible patience by Harris, rising to the occasion in a big way with the key basket there.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're behind by 1. 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And stolen by Harris. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Prez dishes to Jackson. Prez with the screen for Jackson. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from Irving. Timeout called, Cleveland.
This is it. Do not take your foot off the gas pedal now, gentlemen. Do not tune this out again.
To rush, still plenty of time to get a good look.
Oh, and if I could make a suggestion, be innovative. Don't just go for the obvious play, which they'll be expecting.
17 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Smith. From deep three-point range. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Olney. This is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
There he is.
Yo, Prez. Ernie and the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
All right, let's get it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Prez.
Hey, this is Shaq. You were all over the floor tonight, scoring and rebounding. How happy are you with the way you guys battled inside?
I'm pretty happy, man. You know, we want to be a team that sets the tone by the way we attack the glass, and basically I thought we did that tonight. The fact that I was able to, get some points too, that's just the gravy, baby.
I cannot wait till you guys play the Golden State Warriors. You versus Steph Curry. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, man, what do you guys say up there? It's so...
Don't worry about what we say. That's our job.
Ooh.
You just keep playing.
Back
to you, Ernie.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.